The Caribbean was coming. The cavalry from the east and the north all had something to prove, but some didn't know it yet. Jamaica has always been the one to lead the way as far as being the track and field force from these parts. But a new wave may signal otherwise, with the plan very much being to party in Jamaica's Kingston backyard. It's Good Friday. The athletes representing host nation Jamaica are strolling into the Independence Park Sporting Complex. The very next day, the 49th Carifta Games will be held at the National Stadium. This is the 8th time Jamaica will host the Games since its inception in 1972. Of the 48 editions held so far, Jamaica has topped the medal table on 43 occasions. They are favoured to do so again. And with the island celebrating 60 years of independence, dominance on home soil would be the dream. The previous week, most of them took center stage at the biggest high school athletics meet in the world, known as Champs. In the days since, it's been mostly about recovery. For the Jamaican contingent, expectation is extremely high for 3 girls in particular. The first, Tina Clayton, defending World Under-20 champion in the 100 meters.
Tina Clayton is powering away. Tina Clayton's going to retain the junior women's 100 meters.
Oh yeah, I mean, she's a champion, and that's first and foremost. And there's sometimes if you're not able to teach someone to be a champion, she's a champion.
Second, her twin sister Tia, who for a month in 2019 was the fastest ever 15-year-old before Tina took the crown.
She looks to be in good shape. I watched her workout yesterday and today, and she's in good shape. Whether Tina or Tia, it should be exciting to watch under 20 girls 100 meters.
And finally, Brianna Liston, who at 12 years old made headlines all over the world after setting the age group world record 23.72 seconds in the 200 meters at Champs. This season saw her coming back in a big way from a calf injury, and she was now just 0.03 of a second outside of Brianna Williams' national under-20 record of 22.50 seconds.
She's good. I mean, she's just happy to get over a hectic championship, healthy. She's ready to go. We're just not trying to do too much with her, I mean, because she had a hectic 5 days.
Nice and right here, the one and only Brianna Liston.
Recovery is so important in the high-performance game.
You know, we expect nothing but the best from Jamaicans, and we were coming off a very wonderful 5 days of championship last week, and I think that Jamaica and us as managers and coaches of the team expect nothing less than the best and excellent performances from the team.
But soon the competition will start, and their character in battle will be under the glare of scrutiny. And even at this stage, they know that their nation, spoiled by success over the years, can be so very hard to please. The athletes' village for the Carifta Games is abuzz with activity. But in the Jamaican camp, a sense of calm. The twins, Tia and Tina, aren't sharing a room, but they are neighbors. And they have a long day ahead of them. They are already used to life in a dorm setting.
Sleep. You know, it's not a very big bedroom everybody's going to expect, but you know, as an athlete, you know that you're going to go places that you're not comfortable. You have to make yourself comfortable that you can be able to compete in the right way. Well, I feel very good knowing that I can do everything in one day. The events are not spread. I have to go each day in which I don't. I can just go one day and relax. Well, actually 2 days because I have the 4x1. So I feel very good knowing that I don't have to go in the last day. I can just go and cheer for my teammates.
They sort out their gear for the next day. And of course, one final call to mom before retiring for the night.
Yes, I'm okay. You're okay? Yes, I eat already.
The twins, of course, are expected to light up the National Stadium. But there was another young lady, unknown to the home crowd in Kingston, who would bring them to their feet on the opening night of these games. Meet Adeja Hodge. Born in San Juan, Puerto Rico, raised on the island of Totola in the British Virgin Islands, rising star, competing from a very young age in the United States school system. She now lives in the state of Georgia. She attends Alexander High School, and the competition for their state championship is fierce.
Of course, like our biggest rival is Westlake High School, and the girls there, we have great competition just back and forth. Right now, it's probably like a 1 point difference from state championship lead. So when I go back, like I really have to stay focused and stay ready for state.
Adeja's introduction to a wide Caribbean audience on the first day of Carifta was stunning.
Off they go. Hodge got up quickly, asserting her dominance on the race. Down it, left well back in second, but Hodge dismisses that field. 11.55 on the stadium clock downstairs. This girl looks in tremendous form, and that is quite an opening round statement. 11.54. That was run into a negative wind. This girl will be difficult to beat.
I just decided to get a good stat and just finish my race, making sure my knees were high, making sure my technique was perfect. When I saw the time, I was surprised because like that was so close to my PR, and the last time I ran my PR, it was like a struggle to the finish, basically. So me doing that so easily, I was like, okay, I'm like on track to what I want to do.
We knew she had talent coming in, but we might have underestimated the level of her talent.
The under-17 girls were scheduled to run 3 rounds, including the final of the 100 meters on the same day. But Adeja wasn't about to hold back.
Second round, I was like, okay, let's kick it up a notch. Let's see what I could really do. Let's see if I can like come back from the prelims and do the same thing.
Negative 3.2 meters per second in qualifying. Brianna Williams' Carifta under 17 record, Hubert,
is 11.27. If this girl gets good wind conditions and she's able to replicate her first round performance, the record is in danger. Off they go. Oh, Hodge responded to the gun well. On her inside, London also going well. London, Hodge, step forward now. Look at Hodge pull away from the field. Oh, she's in sublime form, and she improves on the time that she produced in qualifying today. 11.46 on the clock downstairs. Adeja Hodge of the British Virgin Islands is taking the Carifta under 17 100 meters by storm, and she's getting closer to Brianna Williams' record of 11:27. That was an impressive semi-final performance. She is definitely the favorite, there is no doubt about it.
When I'm nervous, I just take a deep breath in and out and try to remain as relaxed as possible. If I can't, I swing my hands back and forth like this, like I always do, trying to keep calm as possible before my event.
The under-20 girls started their campaign at the semi-final stage. Tia Clayton was competing in Heat 2 of the 100.
Off they go for the second semi-final. Tia Clayton got up well for Jamaica. Archer of the Bahamas is running well. Oh, but Clayton is in charge. Tia Clayton easing away from the field. Oh, she made that look easy. 11:63 on the clock downstairs. The young lady who anchored Jamaica to a world under-20 record in the sprint relay in Nairobi, Kenya, making no fuss about her qualification from the semi-final.
Next, it was the turn of the world under-20 champion, Tia's twin sister, Tina.
Off they go. Oh, brilliant start for Smith of Guyana. Tina Clayton easing through. Smith of Guyana still with the lead. Tina Clayton going with her. Tina Clayton unbothered as Smith of Guyana gets a big victory and lands a personal best on her way to the final.
A second place finish behind Guyana's Kelisa Smith.
So spot into the final, 11:77.
And as Tina looked back on the replay with a wry smile, it was clear she was just biding her time.
I really love the sport, track and field. I fell in love with this sport since I was 5. I just started running. I didn't even walk when I started walk. I just ran. So then from then, my mom knew I was going to be a runner, so I just kept running and loved the sport.
The headliners are usually Jamaicans as far as the sprints are concerned. But I get the feeling that in your mind, it's such a challenge that you're like, I want to take on all of it.
Of course. Every time I come I'm like, whoa, that's like a fast time. I'm like, I feel like I could do that. So when I go to practice, I'm like, okay, if my coach give me this time, I'm gonna try to beat the time or make sure I hit the time really hit the time or beat the time.
Adeja Hodge is in the zone as destiny awaits. Her name is now known, and she is a target. She hasn't felt pressure like this before.
The best under-17 athlete we have seen on the girls' side in the 100 meters. Can she deliver
What is now expected to be gold? She's in 3.
Set. Stand up.
More drama. Just a little bit more time for us to anticipate what is to be.
More tension.
Green.
These young sprinters have to
Green.
clear their minds. Green card comes up, so no one will be thrown out of the race. You can hear the starter.
Hodge is in 3, Terry Long is in 5,
Set.
Dorset of the Bahamas in 4. Cleanly away this time. Hodge got a brilliant start. Dorset slipped at the start. The Jamaican Terry Long left well back. It is Hodge who is tearing away from the field. Look at this marvelous performance. She is so close to the record of 11:27, 11:29 on the clock. It is a massive personal best. It comes back at 11:28. The Carifta record barely survives. But Adeja Hodge of the British Virgin Islands
performance.
This young lady has proven on the 17 Caribbean she is definitely number one. Wonderful racing by Hodge of the BVI.
Even though my start was great, I did execute my race well. I just decided to not worry about anything and just do what I had to do.
Adija Hodge, look at that. Her mom finding the track as well to celebrate with her. Marvelous moment here at the Carifta Games.
You know, when she reaches her goal, we get excited, but we know she has more to learn. She has more growth. So we don't just dwell on the present. We also look forward for the future. So we don't base ourselves we celebrate the moment, but tomorrow's the next day. So being that tomorrow's the next day, we have a new goal.
She came here on a mission, and she has delivered in no uncertain manner. And I think the Carifta Games has seen the birth of a new star in Kingston.
1 gold medal down, 2 to go. This warm-up routine by the twins, minutes before a championship race, would have been done many times before. The Carifta Games on home soil, however, is a unique experience. Their mother, Tishana Pinnock, always a staple in the stands. Anticipation that the Carifta Under-20 record may fall tonight.
Up they go. Brilliant start for Smith of Guyana. Tia Clayton is running well. Tina Clayton has work to do. Tia and Tina Clayton. Tina Clayton, the world Under-20 champion, wins the Carifta title. 11:21 on the clock downstairs. The wind is legal, positive 0.5 meters per second. 11:22. Tina Clayton breaks the Carifta Under-20 record and adds this regional title to her world Under-20 title, denying her twin sister, who ran a fabulous race as well. It's 1-2 for Jamaica, the twin attack.
This aerial shot shows Tina's impressive acceleration from the rest of the field as she stormed to the record. The reigning world Under-20 champion did not disappoint, and her sister was right beside her, covered in glory as well. As they mingled with sponsors, politicians, and the fans, they knew the work was only half done. Setting a Carifta Games record is one thing, but setting a world record in front of your home crowd would be next level, and they would face that prospect when they line up in the 4x1 in less than 24 hours. The Bahamian athletes knew how to have a good time. And this party Inside the athletes' village is in the aftermath of a fantastic record by their team captain, Keyshawn Strong, in the javelin.
When I released the javelin, I watched it fly and I was like, okay, that's the one. I came into the competition very hyped, very excited. Prayed, put God first, prayed. It's in my scripture. I just left it all to him.
His record throw came in the first round, 79.89 meters. He broke the old mark of 78.28 meters set by the world champion Anderson Peters from Grenada. Strawn knew it was within his grasp this year after throwing 78.63 meters in March.
Okay, so from last year, with my coach, we always talk, have daily talks, and he always asks me what is my plans coming leading up to Carifta, and I told him I want to get the record, and he's like he will help me to achieve that goal. And leading up to this day, I kind of feel I was expecting it, had a lot of energy in me, so I went out there and I did what I had to do, the best of my abilities, and just what I said, proved the record.
Here he is, number 17, little kinesio tape, and start on the effort.
The St. John's College standout has come a far way in his Carifta experience.
2018, that was my first Carifta. I was kind of nervous. I froze up. I didn't know what to do. But leading up to 2019 Carifta, my coach and I, we had a lot of things to work on. Came back stronger. I took the record, under 17 boys record, with a throw of 64.31 meters. Leading up to Kingston, I know that this was going to be the time that I broke down the 20 record was set by Anderson Peters.
What felt different for you? What clicked during the season for you to say, you know what, I can actually do this?
With the support system, I see a lot of people really looked into me and really give me that confidence and give me that push. That it's a lot of people out there really looking up to me, want to see what I want to see what I'm really good for. So that kind of gives me a little push. My supporters and my family, my friends.
That's it. Yeah, wait. That was black. Alright, thank you.
I have a really strong support system. My mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, they made many sacrifices for me. Can't even, and I really appreciate them for being there for me. I just wanna, when I get rich or when I start making the money, that I could do the same for them.
Strawn was 7th at the World Under-20 Championships in Nairobi, Kenya last year. He reckons he can make history in the next edition later this year in Cali, Colombia.
The goal is to throw 85 meters. That's the Olympic standard. I feel like that I can get it. I can get the Olympic standard. The gold medal.
The athletes weren't the only ones vibing in the village. In the stands, the famous Bahamas Junkanoo Band was taking it to an all-new level. Unforgettable scenes inside Kingston's National Stadium as the Carifta Games returns post-COVID.
Jamaica was going to be the place that would reopen junior track and field in the region. Because as you know, Carifta was missed for 2 years. And so just to get the games, it was just a mere coincidence that when we came to the government, they said it would predate the celebrations for the 60th.
My first Carifta Games was 2015. I went to St Kitts and Nevis. I had travelled extensively in the Caribbean, often as a tourist, sometimes as a student. But this was the first time that I'd come back in my official capacity as president of World Athletics, and it was a trip that was well made, and it's now the first event that goes into my calendar each year.
And this year saw the biggest and most comprehensive broadcast production of these Carifta Games. Millions of viewers all over the world tuned into the coverage on multiple platforms over the course of the 3 days.
SportsMax has opened some doors for us, especially in the international markets. My own personal position on track and field, it doesn't quite get the viewership it should. The agreement that we have with SportsMax for the next year, until we know where the Carifta Games is going, we'll have content all year and we're going to milk it for what it's worth.
And with viewership going up, it's only a matter of time before track and field has a more sustainable model through sponsorship.
What we ideally want though is some of the financial houses, because what that will send the message is that sport is convertible and will make it tangible. So Paris 2024 was our dream. And if we have tourists, we're the strongest tourist boards in the region, join together to send their teams onto these World Championships. Because of COVID, we now have 2 World Championships back-to-back, then Olympics. It's significant.
And some of these faces will be competing at the highest level soon.
Well, I never fail to be astonished by the supply of natural talent that there is in the Caribbean. I think there is now a recognition that for the sport to continue to thrive as it is, there needs to be development in other events, and I'm noticing it in the field, I'm noticing it in many of the technical events. You know, the 79-80 something that was thrown yesterday by the Bahamian athlete, Kishorn, was an amazing throw. I probably wouldn't have seen that 10 years ago, so your sport is moving in the right direction.
And Lord Coe, who won back-to-back Olympic titles in the 1500 meters at the 1980 Moscow and 84 Los Angeles Games, will be pleased with the story of this versatile Jamaican youngster.
I have very high ambitions of myself. Whatever I do, I try to do my very best in it. And so pain is a part of the process, and I understand that fully, and that's what I sign up for, to improve and to be the best of what I can be. And that's one of the things we had to come this year with. You know what, we're going to feel pain, but it is necessary. And if you are doing well at it and you're achieving as much, then you don't even feel the pain at the end of the race or at the end of training. You're glad that you put in that amount of work.
This is the mindset of a budding star. However, Jamaica's Javon Blake is outstanding not only because he's the fastest middle distance runner in the region this year. He entered the championships already clocking 1 minute 47.62 seconds over 800 meters, the fastest ever electronic time as a Jamaican junior. No, Blake is outstanding because he has 19 CXC subjects.
13 C-Sec subjects, grade 1s, and 6 CAPE subjects, 5 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. I'm trying to get into molecular and cellular biology or astrophysics.
So with a mind possibly geared to resolve the toughest scientific equations, how does track and field fit in?
Not because I do this and that means that I want to necessarily intertwine them. I wanted to be in biology for the longest, and I think molecular and cellular biology, especially with cancer treatment, and I thought that, you know what, this field is really great, I have a passion for it. Track was really secondary for me at the time, and I just kept both of them and tried to manage them as best as I could.
Before the start of the championships, there was some concern about whether he would be able to do the 800-1500 meter double. But the hamstring soreness had subsided by the time he took to the track for the under-20 1500 meters final.
The Jamaican looks as if he has the gold medal won. Nethersoul is in second spot. The Jamaicans are 1-2, but Curtis is dangerously poised. Blake looks as if he has the gold medal won. The battle is on for silver. Curtis is there. Lennox of Trinidad and Jamaica is there. Javon Blake
15:59.92. That's the slowest Javon Blake has run this season. At 1500 meters, corrected to 4:00.94. But it doesn't matter because it is the race that gives him Carifta gold.
1 goal down, 1 to go.
A number of the Vincentian athletes train in Jamaica. Amberton is one
The
of
very
them.
next day,
Rushing forward,
the
the
semi-finals of the
Royal
800
Watloop as
meters.
well. The outside in the
Blake
red vest.
should have qualified
Kingston in
easily.
second position with Blake having a look at the big screen to see where he's positioned. He just wants to be in the top 3, but he'll need to be careful here.
But his conservative run
Blake, you'll need
almost
to be very
cost him in
careful.
the
He
end.
holds on for third
He
position,
finished third in the slower of the 2 heats. If he had placed 4th, he wouldn't have qualified as one of the fastest losers.
Saw Blake at the Carifta trials. Reminds me of Edwin Moses in the 4 hurdles. Very scientific, very methodical, very patient, very calculated.
The next day, the 800-meter final. The scare the previous day was erased from his mind. He had the potential of breaking the record of 1 minute 48.95 seconds set by Jamaica's Kenwar Levy all the way back in 1987.
Has 200 meters to run and has a massive advantage here. Can he break the long-standing Carifta record of 1 minute 48.95? Blake transitions down the home stretch. Big battle on for silver and bronze. Cumberbatch of Trinidad is in second. Then the soul of Jamaica is in third. Javon Blake is pouring it on down the stretch. The Jamaican goes across the line. I think the record has survived. Cumberbatch and Neversoul close on the line for silver.
1:49.7 on my clock for the Carifta champion, double champion, Javon Blake of Jamaica.
Trinidad and Tobago's Kiran Shuskangaraja was also in line to complete the 800-1500 double at the under-17 level. He already captured the 1500 gold.
Shuskangaraja is stepping away. Oh, he has them beat. The battle on for silver and bronze. The Trinidad and Tobago athletes, Shuskangaraja wins Carifta gold. 4:10.59. That is a brilliant performance, I think. Talk about a tactical masterpiece, and you've just gotten it from this young man, Shuskangaraja.
But he couldn't quite replicate his success in the 800 meters.
Shuskangaraja, Ainsley Brown comes alongside him. Shuskangaraja and Ainsley Brown. Rashid Price comes up on his outside. Oh, this is showmanship from Ainsley Brown. He calls the Trinidadian along, who does brilliantly. Shuskangaraja to hold on for silver.
Shuskangaraja almost did a classic 8:15 double.
In the 800 today, it was quite a tough race, you know, seeing that I've done the 1500 2 days before. And obviously I came into it with tired legs, but had to push through really, and happy to come away with a medal today. Yeah, it's my first international competition, so I'm really happy to have 2 medals. But obviously I would love the gold at the end, but I'm happy with the 1500 gold. It's a massive experience, like staying with a team, competing with a team, and like being in such a committed team. It's a big experience, and hopefully it's good experience for the future as well.
For the second.
Michelle Smith from the US Virgin Islands was another standout name at the Games. She's the 4th athlete to win a gold medal for her country. She joins Jimmy Flemings in 1985, Sammy Eugene in 2005, and Alison Peter in 2010 as those who have topped the podium for the nation.
The US Virgin Islands heading towards their first gold medal of Carifta 49. Michelle Smith clears the final barrier well and pulls away. This is a dominant performance. She smashes the 1 minute barrier. She smashes the Carifta record, and she wins the first gold medal of Carifta 49 for the US Virgin Islands.
She didn't just win 1 gold though, she won 2. First, she won the 400 meter hurdles.
58.60.
Smith's time was also a US VI national junior record and the world's fastest time for 2022 for the under-18 age group. In any other year, she probably would have been the standout athlete at these Carifta Games. Because after picking up silver in the 100-meter hurdles, she had a storming run in the 800 meters.
Smith has the lead, but the race might not be over yet. She's now starting to tire, but can anyone close her down? The Jamaican Peart is in second. Harvey is struggling back in third. This is a courageous performance from Michelle Smith of the US Virgin Islands. She's coming away to her second gold medal to add to her 110 hurdles bronze. 2:10.69, just over a second outside the Carifta record. 2:10.78 it has been adjusted to. Michelle Smith took that race on, and she becomes a Carifta champion for the second time at the 49th Games.
When she was on the start list and we saw her get out, everybody was surprised in the commentary booth because we're like, Michelle Smith is in this race. She didn't even hesitate. She took it out like a bullet. You can see she led from the start. Not 1 hour before, she was in a race, all out, sprinting, and got a silver medal. And she came back here, got everything she had, and won gold.
I really lost hope. I almost cried every day at training. When I go home, I cried, I prayed, I fasted. I really hoped that I could come out and start my season well.
Jaden Hibbert has had to endure. At the start of the season, he was at the end of his tether. Injuries had brought about doubt. But the World Under-20 triple jump silver medalist knew his potential. 2 years ago, he did not.
I needed to work on my discipline because I was a very rude child. I was not very receptive enough to listen to my coach. I always had my own way, and he helped me to overcome those challenges.
By then, he had wasted 3 years. But in 2021, his personal best, 16.05 meters, was done in Kenya at the World Under-20 Championships. And that was to be a launching pad for this season.
Prior to this season, I was injured for a couple months. I had 2 back strain injuries and a hip injury. I could hardly do anything. I couldn't lift weights. I couldn't even run properly.
During the pandemic, Hibbert said he found peace and salvation.
Since COVID that I really known God, because I've been going to church. I haven't been really listening to church. I would just go to church to see my friends. And when I was home on the online platform, I really sat down and listened to what was going on, and I realized the truth about God and how God can, uplift your life.
With renewed belief, he tackled the 2022 season.
I did not even know that I had that talent in me, and I'm just always surprised that every track meet I go, I don't put limits on myself because I'm always surprising myself.
The brave may fall, but never yield. And here he was at the Carifta Games, looking for his first gold medal in the long jump.
He realizes that his lead of 7:56 is being threatened. Show speed down the runway, nice and tall, hits the board well, or does he? What's the color of the flag? It's white.
7.62 meters, his best
This
effort.
long jump is heating up in Kingston, and Jaden Hibbert, the world #1, may just have extended his advantage.
Hibbert, in fact, had the top 3
Lovely
jumps
run down
in the
the runway
competition.
for Hibbert. Tall, adjusted to going up off the board, and here looks back at how far he's gone. A quarter of the board, 20 cm, he gets 5. Here he is, front view, focus. Just look down to the board, a little peek, and out there, I think he's taking the lead. Further distance for Jaden Hibbert.
All eyes, however, would be on his effort in the triple jump. Hibbert already had a Jamaica under-18 best, 16.66 meters, done at the National High School Championships for Kingston College a week earlier. And when he soared over the 17-meter mark on his second jump, he stunned the National Stadium. The wind reading, though, prevented 17.05 meters being the official Carifta Games record. He would set a new record, though, on his next attempt, a wind-legal 16.46 meters, breaking the 10-year-old record of 16.35 meters set by Latario Colimins.
1666. Legal effort coming into the Carifta Games. #1 in the world at the under 20 level. Has the Jamaican crowd behind him on his third round effort. Terrific speed. Oh, this is huge. Not as big as the 1705. 0.5 meters per second, the wind speed. It's legal.
2 gold medals, an achievement to be proud of.
Still behind the board, you could see very powerful and fast on the runway, taking off just a little bit behind the board. Good phases, went for it really.
DRA Scott threw a massive 44.57 meters, a championship record in the under-17 girls javelin, joining Keyshawn Strawn as javelin record holders at these Carifta Games. Outstanding throw. Jamaica's Deonja Shaw set a new mark in the girls under-17 discus, throwing 45.32 meters. And Kobe Lawrence broke the under-20 boys shot put record, going over the 20-meter barrier for the first time, 20.02 meters. This after he picked up gold in the discus, throwing 60.77 meters.
Strikes goal. 53.84 on the clock downstairs. Abigail Campbell dominated that race. Morris of Trinidad and Tobago holding second. Tash Marcus White finishes fast as usual. And Marcinia Rose wins gold. Carries his teammate with him. Delano Kennedy of Jamaica is holding up his teammate Shannon Palmer, and Amal Glasgow St. Vincent and the Grenadines gets bronze. Kelly of Jamaica with the advantage. The upset will be created by Kelly. 1-2 Jamaica.
The legacy of the father will always hover over the son. Marlon Pottinger knows what it's like to bring the National Stadium to its feet, having represented Kingston College in the sprints at champs. Now his heart is set on seeing his son do the same at the Carifta Games for Jamaica, a country more in his heart than his memories, because he resides in the United States.
You just mentioning that a little while ago, I got goosebumps, because I remember competing in this arena here, and the crowd in front of your own crowd, it would definitely be a huge motivation factor for him.
Oh my gosh, it's just, I'm so excited. I can't even put into words how excited I am for this track meet, especially since it's on Jamaica soil. So plus winning a gold medal, it'll be my first gold for Carifta, so it'll be a huge accomplishment.
One of the things I did not want to do is to have that peer pressure placed on him because I was an athlete.
I saw the potential I had in the high jump, so I decided to just take advantage of it, and especially since now I know that Jamaica is having a shift of balance where you have a lot of field events people who are making a name for themselves, so I'm just trying to follow that path. My first Carifta was actually 2019 in Cayman Islands, and that was an amazing experience, so I can only imagine Jamaica.
Well, the script on the night of competition wasn't quite a fairy tale. 2 meters 11, a height which shouldn't have been an issue for him, but it was. It was the start of the most competitive battle of these games. Trinidad and Tobago's Aaron Antoine, a basketballer as well, had cleared it easily at the first attempt.
2 athletes left in the competition, and Antoine signals big. 6 feet 11 inches tall Hubert Lawrence, and he's gone over 2:11 to take the lead in the high jump for under 24's final.
Well, 2:11, it was pretty easier than I expected, to be honest. I wasn't really studying PBing because when you study it too much, the emotions kind of get the better of you and it's kind of hard to continue competing.
Second go around for Pottinger now.
Pottinger of Jamaica, his father Marlon Pottinger, former KC sprinter, and this young man has won the trials here and has come back to represent his country to the best of his ability.
Trying to go clear at 2:11, second attempt.
Still no luck.
So he has one more attempt to come at a 2.11 meters, or else the gold medal will go to Antoine.
Honestly, just a couple mental things, and as well, I was also too close to the bar, so that was affecting my run up a lot. And then I just made the small adjustment on my last attempt to back up a little bit, and I cleared it by a lot.
He's under pressure, and the key to handling pressure is to relax.
Can he get it done? Brandon Pottinger of Jamaica. Oh, stays alive brilliantly. That is an exceptional crunch effort from the Jamaica Carifta Trials winner, and the battle continues in Kingston.
I expected a tough competition. That tough? Probably not, but I was expecting a really tough competition. It really made me go to leaps and bounds I didn't think I'd have been able to achieve Saturday evening, but it was exceptional.
Both jumpers were getting accustomed to rivalry for the first time.
Yeah, that was something I never experienced before, because in Trinidad, once the bar goes like 2 meters, 205 is most of the times me alone in the competition. So having such a tough rivalry to the end, yeah, that was mind-blowing.
After 2:08, I started having a lot of fun because back in the States, I don't really get a lot of competition, especially a high jump competition like that. So that's when I started realizing getting hot, and that's when I started getting my groove.
Aside from his struggles at 2:11, Pottinger felt it was now his to lose. And you could tell by his first attempt at 2 meters 14.
His entire family here watching this final. Pottinger. Oh yes! Oh yes! That is very impressive! How could I miss twice? At 2:11 is what he was saying to himself. And the pressure is back on the Trinidadian.
Antoine's first attempt at 2:14.
Cleared second time at 2:08. Only bother for him. What can he do at 2:14? Oh, a clip.
The Trinidadian had prepared mentally for what was happening and what was to come.
Pray, for sure. Pray, talk to God. I call my youth pastor, pray the night before, pray the morning of, pray during the competition. Just kept myself close to God through the entire thing.
Has already produced a personal best with a 2.11 clearance. It was always expected to be these two battling for the gold medal unless someone else in the field could have stepped up big time. It wasn't to be, and we've gotten the finale that we very much expected in this under 20 boys high jump. Centimeters has it, and the competition continues, and so it's still anybody's guess as to where this gold medal will go.
The next height was 2 meters 16, and both struggled. Pottinger had his final attempt, with his family looking on and pushing. it was the end of the road. Now all he had to do was wait. The title at the moment was in the hands of the Jamaican. Antoine had to produce yet another personal best and the Carifta Games record for the crown.
Final jump, when he fouled out and I had to jump at my last attempt, I looked at God and said, this is the only chance I have here to win gold.
If Antoine clears here, he is the gold medalist. If he doesn't, the Jamaican Pottinger has Carifta under 20 gold. One last jump for gold. Hush around the National Stadium. Deep concentration, slow run to the bar, gets it! Oh, that is super! Aaron Antoine breaks Jamaican hearts and wins the under-20 boys high jump gold. Third time clearance at 2.16 meters. Lifetime best extending performance. He came in with 210 and look at what he's produced.
I didn't even realize that, to be honest, because I was looking at the national record, which is 217. I wasn't really studying the under 20 record, but I'm grateful to God, of course, because without him I couldn't do anything I did Saturday evening. So I'm very thankful to be able to set that record.
I felt like I didn't jump to my best capability, and I also felt like I kind of let my country down at the same time. But it's okay because I'll be back for World Juniors, so I'm excited for that.
Adeja Hodge of the British Virgin Islands was in the middle of competing in the girls under 17 long jump, but it was time for her to run the 200-meter semi-final. Her goal was to complete the sprint double as well as to capture gold in the long jump. But before she could line up for the 200-meter semi-final, she was summoned by the officials. She had to complete the latest round of the long jump.
565.
By this time, she was in third place and under pressure.
She's looking for 586.
Amidst the chaos, a gold medal was slipping away for Hodge. She just had to register a mark.
Adeja Hodge. Oh, that's massive! The flag is white, and the color of the medal looks to be gold for Adeja Hodge of the British Virgin Islands.
That's what speed will do. Here she is. Saw her sprint form yesterday and today. Gets a great takeoff and flies into the pit. There's a foot connection to the board. Some space at the head of it. 2-3 centimeters. Doesn't look down at the board to take off.
What a way to do it. That jump would see her capture the gold medal. A second at these games for her.
She was a little disbabbled in a sense where she had to run from the long jump pit to the 200 and back. So on that final jump, she was not even wearing her correct spikes, her jumping spikes. She was wearing her track spikes. And when she hit that board and we saw the mark, 620, we just knew it was over.
In the sixth and final round, the 100 champion snatches the long jump.
Before even confirming that gold, however, she had to make her way across for the 200 meters.
Confidence and belief on the part of this young woman.
Didn't waste too much time. Goes and reports to the 200, 6.20. The wind over the allowable at 4.20, but she's got the biggest jump of the competition.
Off they go. Hodge got up quickly as she usually does. Gets right up on Epilogue of Jamaica. Adeja Hodge transitions down the stretch with the lead, and it is comfortable. Oh, we're looking at a super athlete here. Adeja Hodge is tearing away from the field. Kingston is witnessing a special one at Carifta 49. Adeja Hodge, 100 champion, long jump champion, and she eases into the 200 final.
Three of the most astounding minutes you'll ever see at an athletics event. Adeja Hodge was in a class of her own. Hodge now has 2 gold medals to her name, but she had little time to celebrate. The name of this game is recovery. And this ice bath now has to be sufficient for her as she sets sight on a 3rd gold medal on the final day.
Accustomed to. It was not the favorite part of the day after the meet, but it takes it like a champ now.
Now it's her time to relax. And although she was the center of attention at these games so far, she had no idea what was about to be unleashed inside Kingston's National Stadium. Three of these girls had the memory of August 22, 2021 at the World Under-20 Championships, when they stunned the planet to break the sprint relay world junior record. They became the first junior team ever to break the 43 seconds barrier, 42.94. The twins, Tina and Tia Clayton, were part of that team, as well as the brilliant starter Serena Cole. All three hail from the secondary school's athletics champions Edwin Allen High School out of the parish of Clarendon. Karika Hill from Hydel High, who was in Kenya, will be missing. Her replacement? Her schoolmate, Brianna Liston, highly tipped to be a superstar in the sport. At best, she's an 11.14 runner over the 100 meters. And a couple hours earlier, Liston competed in the semis of the 200 meters, cruising to 23.93 seconds.
Off they go. Liston up quickly. Already surges by Fagan of Barbados and covers the field brilliantly. She trots down the home stretch, eases away, bounces, shuts down, eases back at a counter. Brianna Liston eases through ahead of Kaliza Smith of Guyana.
But there was little doubt she would line up for the 4x1. As they go through their paces with head coach Corey Bennett, they all seem so relaxed, even with the burden of expectation to perform something spectacular in front of their home crowd. The final word from Coach Bennett.
4 fast legs.
Get the baton around.
Baton is what baton? No, right? Baton around, see if chain is reach and go, push the baton around. Run the
And
legs,
then
push the baton
the Lord's Prayer.
Stay calm. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come.
This was an event for girls between the ages of 17 and 19 years old. Jamaica's team was the youngest in the field. They were all 17 years old. Tina, winner of the under-20 100 meters the night before in a Carifta record 11.22 seconds, will run the longest stretch, the back straight. Serena, as usual, will hand it off to her. Brianna will run the curve on the third leg before giving it to Tia, who had finished just 0.8 of a second behind her twin in the 100.
Are these girls about to deliver something even more spectacular on home soil?
Jamaica in lane 5. Up they go. Serena Cole places out of the blocks for the Jamaicans. Already closes down on Bermuda. The Jamaicans are flying with Tina Clayton, the 100 champion. The world under 20 champion destroys the field on the backstretch. She will hand over to Brianna Liston. Liston running a super curve for the Jamaicans. The rest of the field out of shot. Can they execute the final change? Tia Clayton has the baton and she is surging down the home stretch. The world record is under threat. Tia Clayton is flying and Jamaica will break the world record. 42.59. We expected it, but they have delivered in the most spectacular fashion.
Stunning. Expected this world record in the juniors later this season. This team running together for the first time. Liston slotted in the third leg where Carifta ran in the world champs last year. The baton passing, the second change, the last change, beautiful. The first change, chancy, but safe. 42.59 world under 20 record by Jamaica in Kingston at the Carifta Games. Stunning.
Kingston stands to applaud the performance of Carifta 49. Confirmation 42.58, a world under 20 record. Serena Cole to Tina Clayton to Brianna Liston to Tia Clayton.
The gap between Jamaica and second place Barbados was almost 3 seconds. They shattered the previous mark by more than 0.3 of a second. With focus on the world record, it's almost insane to think how much they actually shattered the Carifta record of 44.03 seconds set 11 years ago by a Jamaican team, including Sherika Jackson. The new Carifta Games record had broken the 44-second barrier and the 43-second barrier in one go. To put into further context, Jamaica's team of Michelle Freeman, Juliet Cuthbert, Nicole Mitchell and Merle Nottie, which finished third at the 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta, clocked 42.24 seconds, just 0.34 seconds faster. In fact, the time would have been enough to finish 6th at the recent Tokyo Olympics, finishing ahead of China and France. 4 17-year-old girls. Minutes later, Jamaica's team of Boaji and Cooley, Brian Lavelle, DeAndre Daly and Sandre Davison also scorched the track.
And Kumi hands off to Brian Lavelle down the backstretch. The Jamaicans going fast. Bahamas also moving well too. The change slow for the Jamaicans, but DeAndre Daly is quick and he is opening up on the rest of the field. Daly will come to Sandre Davison. The change is clean and the Jamaicans are away again. Davison is lifting. The crowd is pushing him. Davison to the line. The world record survives.
The world under 20 record of 38.51 seconds set by South Africa at the World Under 20 Championships in 2021 was always going to be difficult to beat. The Carifta record of 39.38 seconds set in 2014 was gone. A perfect end to Jamaica's night in Kingston. That night back at the Athletes Village, Liston was speaking with her best friend Gary and White. There was so much to reminisce on. She was watching their record run for the first time.
She will hand over to Brianna Liston. Liston running a super girl for the Jamaicans. The rest of the field out of shot. Can they execute the final change? Tia Clayton on the baton, and she is surging down the home stretch. The world record is under threat. Tia Clayton is flying, and Jamaica will break the world record.
The record, broken almost 3 hours before, wasn't a surprise.
Not really, because, well, we know what we're capable of. It was just to hand over the baton safely, and it was just that.
She put her foot to the floor and mounted like a life depended on it. Looks across and sees it was 259.
I'm feeling very overwhelmed. Competing with the best at our age group, like having them as team members, it's such a overwhelming feeling.
It would be difficult to fall asleep. The adrenaline of that night, yes, but also the expectation the next day when she takes part in the 200-meter final.
I honestly just want to go tomorrow to have an injury-free day. Still kind of fatigued from champs, so hoping, well, I don't expect anything special, but hoping I can just finish the day injury-free and deliver for my country.
Up they go first time. Julia Daly, Jamaica got up well. Oh, she hits the second barrier and is in trouble. Smith going brilliantly on the inside. The second Jamaican, Davidson, now tearing away from the field. Davidson wins commandingly. 13:48 on the clock downstairs. The two Jamaicans way ahead of the rest of the field. Alexis James, the Carifta Games winner, turns it around again. Campbell, his teammate, step forward to challenge him. Shaquane Gordon leads ahead of Jaden Campbell. The Jamaicans are well ahead of the rest. Shaquane Gordon wins the gold medal. The European under-20 silver medalist, Carifta under-17 bronze medalist from 3 years ago, becomes the under-20 champion in 2022.
Adeja Hodge has come a far way to this moment. She has picked up 2 gold medals in the 100 meters and the long jump. Her mind is now on the trifecta. What is Adeja like?
Adeja is my second born child. She's very fearless, as you can see. She loves competition. She loves a challenge. So Adeja is a fighter. She fights for whatever she wants. Nothing is given to her. She earns everything that you see that she has.
Dae Dae, as she's affectionately called, goes into a zone where only her love for the arts will carry her. This helps to keep her mind at ease. Adeja was one of 3 overseas-based athletes in the British Virgin Islands camp, and she has been outstanding. Victory in the 200 meters would see our nation picking up a 4th gold medal, their highest number of gold medals at these games. And victory this evening would almost surely hand her the Austin Seeley Award, which goes to the best athlete at the Carifta Games.
Every meet that I go to, I do strive to get the MVP award, so it would be really cool if I get an MVP award for Carifta Games.
Her job right now is to win her final race, and she's grateful for the support of her family and her fans.
Given all the support that I have, it just gives me like the courage that I can do what I can do. Like everybody who supports me really do support me. Like they really do love me. No matter win, lose or draw, they will always support me.
Have you felt the love in Jamaica?
Yes, Dev. Every time like I'm warming up, everything like, hey, you're the girl from BVI. I'm like, yeah, hi. They're like, oh my God, your personality is so nice. It's nice to meet you. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. They're like, congratulations. I'm like, thank you, just thank you.
Now Adeja hopes to make history for the BVI.
As Adeja says, she makes herself proud. And by her making herself proud, she encourages other other females in the Caribbean to do the same thing as well. Always go out there, do your best, and make yourself proud. This is not for anyone else. She's not doing it for me. She's not doing it for anyone else but herself. She knows her talent. She believes in her training. She trusts her training. And she knows how far this can take her. She sees it as a career and as a business. So at a young age, we're teaching her to look at it as just not running.
Here is one of the finds of the Carifta Games this year. Adeja Hodge of the British Virgin Islands. And she's now ready for the final. Up they go. Adeja Hodge steps away brilliantly for the British Virgin Islands. The Jamaicans trying to go in chase. Duckbury behind her and Terry Long. Hodge with the advantage. Duckbury on her inside chasing. Adeja Hodge steps away from the field once more. The 100 champion, the long jump champion, becomes the 200 champion. The record safe, but the triple is complete. This outstanding young athlete who has taken the Carifta Games by storm. And if you did not know her before these games, then you know her now. Mark the name, Adeja Hodge, 2342, your 200 champion, your triple gold medalist. When you're coached by a multiple world champion, there's no fear. You come to the Carifta Games with confidence and poise and belief. And there was never any doubt in this young lady's mind that she would come to Kingston and dominate.
Five years ago, we went to the home of Brianna Liston to speak with her mother, Latoya Bennett. Her daughter had just been catapulted to international fame after she became the fastest 12-year-old girl in history while competing at Champs.
Ooh, too much to soak it all in.
What do you think, though? What are you thinking when you see all those headlines?
Well, I'm not really thinking anything out of proportion, but just sitting down by myself sometime, looking back and just lay down and just, I want to just come to my eyes.
Because this is your daughter.
Yes.
And they are comparing her to the biggest star in the world.
Yes.
What do you see in her future?
What do I see? I see her as a professional athlete. I know she's going to continue because she loves it so much. All I have to do is just keep her focused and keep her in the right frame of mind.
Latoya has seen her daughter go through the rigors of this sport. Brianna was beset by injuries and was on the verge of quitting the sport. She then left St. Jago High, the alma mater of her mother, to attend Hydel High under the tutelage of Corey Bennett. Under his guidance, she found back her form, but more importantly, her passion.
She listens well. You know, that's one of her greatest qualities. She's a great listener. She is very obedient to what you ask her to do. She You know, and I'm almost sure if I told her to stop in her race and do 10 push-ups, she'll do just that. But she's very coachable, and that's a great quality that she has. And you know, humility is one of her better traits as well. And she's just overall a wonderful person to coach, and she's just reaping some of the benefits of her hard work.
Brianna broke a 19-year-old 200-meter record at Champs. Her lifetime best over the distance is now 22.53 seconds. But now she'll be running in conditions less than ideal. This late afternoon run will almost certainly see her running into a strong headwind inside the National Stadium, as was the case with Adeja before her.
In lane number 6, the new darling of Jamaican junior women's sprinting. The crowd loves her.
Her family in that crowd loves her the best. Mom, dad, and baby sis.
Set.
Up they go. Brianna Liston responds to the gun well. Already closes down on Archer of the Bahamas and Bob of Bermuda. The Jamaican runs a super curve. Smith of Guyana running well as his best come of Trinidad and Tobago. But they are well back as Brianna Liston pours it on down the stretch. Liston to the line. Outside 23 seconds, 23.17. Brianna Liston secures Carifta Gold over 200 meters to add to her relay world under 20 record performance last night. 23.16, the time adjusted to for Brianna Liston.
Jamaica had taken all the sprint races with the exception of one, the boys under 17 100-meter final.
For Fleming of Antigua and Barbuda. Fleming is tearing away. Fleming is going to win the Carifta title, yes! Oh, that was terrific, 10.72. He eased up in his semi-final and made it in as a non-automatic qualifier. And now he wins the gold medal and denies the Jamaican carry card. That is a stunning effort. It was as good a start as you will get on the big occasion. And once again, Gary Card's start lets him down, and Dwayne Fleming strikes gold in Kingston, 10.72.
Dwayne Fleming winning Antigua and Barbuda's only gold medal at the Games. Jamaica through DeAndre Daly won the under-20 equivalent as Bouaji and Kumi finished second.
His teammate goes in chase, and Kumi and Daly. The Jamaicans are 1-2. Daly ahead of Kumi. Zachary Evans gets the bronze medal for the Bahamas.
While over in the 200 meters, Ricoy Hunter got by St. Vincent and the Grenadines' Keo Davis to win the under-17 section. While in the under-20 equivalent, Lavelle Bryan led home at Jamaica 1-2 as Sandre Davison finished second. Also on the final day, the Bahamas got their only gold medal on the track. Curtis Mitchell just got the better of Jamaica's Nicholas Power in an enthralling boys under 25,000 meters final, clocking 16 minutes 07.57 seconds.
Mitchell Curtis holds the lead, and Nicholas Power can't get back to him. Mitchell Curtis has Carifta gold number 3. The Bahamian is not to be denied.
Jamaica also swept the final races of the meet, the mile relays.
And give Jamaica a fitting finish to a dominant Carifta Games once again.
Jamaica finished with a whopping 92 medals, including 45 gold. It was an outstanding performance by the Jamaicans in front of their own crowd. But at the end of the day, there could only be one. Adeja Hodge was electrifying over the course of the 3 days at these Carifta Games, and she was the heavy favorite to be the MVP and win the Austin Seeley Award. What she has done will be remembered for a long time, especially since she was representing underdogs at this level, the British Virgin Islands. It's still up in the air whether this young lady will represent the BVI at the senior level.
She can represent St. Vincent, she can represent Puerto Rico, she can represent the US, and of course we can see she represented the British Virgin Islands here at the Carifta Games. So Adeja has a lot of options, but like I say, we just, at the moment, when that time comes, we'll see what's best for her.
Where's the heart?
Where's her heart?
Yeah.
Well, her heart we know is in the BVI. That's where she was born and raised.
Winning the long jump, the girls under 17. Winning the 200 meters for girls under 17. And setting a Carifta record. Winning the 100 meters in a new Carifta record. Ladies and gentlemen, Adeja Hodge.
Has been excellent throughout this entire championship, and I don't think anybody would doubt she winning the award. However, now she's now a target. The president of the Jamaica Association actually said that he's not worried, but we know now what we have to do, and she's out there, and I am worried because she's very good. I'm not gonna take anything away from her talent. She's very, very good.
Still shocked. I'm proud of myself for sure, but it still hasn't clicked yet what I did this weekend. I am very proud of myself, and I will continue to keep walking.
Despite the glitz and glamour we have seen in Kingston, legacies have just started. These are the young wonders of our time. The new era of track and field has already begun. And we were witnesses to it.